Welcome everyone to the last series of week 6 in the VCS. I'm Yulwei here bringing you the color to the cast, and with me, much more important of course, the play-by-play every day.
Oh, come on now! Don't spoil me like that. We're equal parts of the cast. Wouldn't be good. Wouldn't be enough with only one of us. But
I mean, if we just look at the joke proportion, I think
oh,
you are
okay.
much more
But
important to the cast.
yeah, but if we only look at the good joke portion, then it's a lot more even.
That might be true.
Ah man! But here we are, Team Flash taking on QG. Should be. I mean, look, it's probably going to be a 3-game series, right? It's Flash.
Yeah, Flash does not show up for game 1, so we'll probably see a 2-1 for Flash with a very good game 1 from QG, and we think, well, maybe they have a chance. Then just Flash turn their monitors on and destroy them in game 2 and 3. That's usually how it goes. Let's hope Flash actually shows up for game 1, because they're playing against Neven, and they should not lose a game to Neven.
Whoa, Neven's in?
Starting top laner today, apparently. Not sure how I feel about that.
Big brain move from QG, bringing in Neven. I mean, I hope he at least hovers Quinn.
Would be great. I'd like to see Stark hover Quinn. That would be great.
That'd be even better. Have Stark hover the Quinn. Just try and tilt him before it even starts.
Or lock in Aatrox and then follow up by a Quinn hover. That would be great. I'd like to see that.
I mean, wouldn't it be the ultimate redemption story if Neven locked in Quinn against Aatrox and just smashed lane? Went like 7-0.
I mean, it would be great to see. I mean,
think
back to week 1 when Razor destroyed Neven and we thought Razor is the new best top lane in the league. How times have changed. Oh man.
Oh, we were so young, Yulwei. We were so naive.
Yeah, looking at the records of those two teams, QTV is actually sitting at a 4-game losing streak, so 4-series losing streak, I should say. They were 4-3 in round 1, and they have not won a single series in round 2 so far. Very hard to win the series today, but maybe they can start here. Playoffs are not possible anymore for them.
No.
I think mathematically probably still possible, but yeah, only if DBL loses to FTV and Cerberus, and that's not gonna happen. Let's not kid ourselves. That's not gonna happen.
I don't even know if it's mathematically possible.
I mean, but regardless, they're 3 series behind DBL, and they won. No, they lost.
But there's only
to DBL, right?
Yeah, there's 3 series behind, so they'd have to win today and then win.
No, you're right. They can't make playoffs because they are 0-2 against DBL. So even if they tie them. It's not enough. So out of playoffs for QTV.
Yep, unfortunate there. But the ban's coming in a little bit interesting on the side of Flash, banning out Kled and Kiana, not wanting to let QTV play things they've played recently.
They banned Kled against Neven. Think back to the Neven Kled ban.
Oh, it was one of the worst Kled games I've ever seen. But I guess it's just a comp. It's not so much saying you're good at this champion, we're scared. It's more like, well, you clearly like this in your comp, so we may as well just ban it out. So, and I mean, are you scared of Neven's Irelia?
No, you're not. And it's probably Genza's Irelia anyway. So
that's true. But... Oh, there's the Aatrox.
Please have a Quinn.
50% of the prophecy.
Please just have a Quinn. You have to do it.
We have 50% of the prophecy. Optimus, just hover Quinn. That's all you've got to do. Don't pick it. Just hover it.
And will we see another crazy pick from Optimus? Do you think we're in for another Hex Flash Ezreal?
Oh my god. I mean, I'd love to see a crazy pick from Optimus. But can it not just be Hex Flash every game? Can you just pick a normal rune, Optimus? Pick a nutty champ. Play Garen mid, but you don't need Hex Flash.
He was absolutely useless on the mid lane Ezreal, but he had Hex Flash, so I guess.
And I genuinely don't know if he used it, even once. When would you ever want to use it?
Yeah, I mean, he seems to really like his Hex Flash rune, and VCS players have been famous for Hex Flashing. Remember back to Worlds last year, where every Western analyst was hyped because Zeros was famous for his Jace with Hex Flash in the top lane. Everyone was like,
why
whatever. What is that? Get out.
God knows why anyone was hyped, because it's rubbish. Like, ooh, yay, he can use a hex flash, cool. But looking at actual draft that is happening, the two ADCs are locked in. Kai'Sa and Xayah. QTV immediately responds with a Rakan ban. Makes a lot of sense.
No Yuumi priority today. Very interesting to see. First series, Yuumi was banned on blue side almost all the time. We only saw 2 games, so that's...
And I mean, let's be real, if Yuumi had gotten through, it wouldn't have changed anything.
That's very true. First series definitely was not revolving around bot lane. There was something happening in the top lane, and Razor was not happy to see it.
Yeah, I mean, we weren't happy to see Razor, so...
Yuumi is most played champ for Zodiac, interestingly enough, and second most played for the CBL, so I think we should still see Yuumi picked up here.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, what's interesting is people often want... No, we don't see Yuumi, but we do at least see some priority on it. But often people really want to target ban the Kalista against Jisoo, so that is open.
But Jisoo is already locked in Kai'Sa.
I'm an idiot. Yep, because Kai'Sa's already locked in. Ignore me. I mean, top lane Kalista, right? That was the thing we theory crafted last series.
Well, last series was a little bit of a mess, especially from the side of DBL. Yeah. Second game was a slaughter. Hopefully we're in for a little bit of a closer one. Looking at Team Flash's average gold lead at 15 minutes, it's a whopping 13. It's not 1300, it's 13. So
I'm surprised they can even measure that.
Yeah, it's great.
And this Kennen pick, I don't like this.
Neven and Kennen, at least it's a safe champ, right? It's not that easy to gank. Put Neven on something he can survive lane with.
You can just flex the Aatrox to mid.
I will never understand why we would pick Kennen over Nico if Nico is open. So
yeah, I don't get that either. It doesn't really make a huge amount of sense, but Morgana is going to be the pick for CBL, tilting me off the planet that they don't just have CBL pick it.
You're really sensible to this. It does not matter.
It doesn't. No, I know it doesn't matter. I know it doesn't, and it actually makes sense because they want to think about the next pick. I just find it funny.
I think this team composition from Flash looks really good. They seem to be.
I agree.
They want to play game 1 today. They have showed up for game 1. No Hex Flash Ezreal today. Maybe it's Hex Flash Renekton though. That sounds a little bit more menacing.
Does it?
More than Hex Flash Ezreal. That's for sure.
Yeah, true. When you're comparing it to Hex Flash Ezreal, that does look better.
Where does it land on the scale? We have Hex Flash Ezreal, Renekton, LeBlanc, and Nico.
Probably the best of those ones, honestly.
Maybe LeBlanc is slightly better. I think there's... I can imagine a situation where Hex Flash LeBlanc actually does something. Well, I can't imagine anything.
Really? For Renekton, you can't...
For Renekton, yes. Not for Ezreal or Nico, though.
Yeah. No. Ezreal's the worst. Ezreal's in the dumpster. I actually think Renekton's the best because you could Hex Flash out of a bush into a W, which is actually a thing.
That's fair.
But I still don't think it's good.
Probably the best.
Good at all.
Oh, that's a surprisingly close fan vote. We've seen a lot of QG fans showing up, not only in the Discord, also in the fan votes. A little bit sad to see this team fall.
Yeah.
After that, great start to the league.
So we both agree, I think, that the team comp from Flash is pretty solid. I think the QTV team comp's actually quite bad.
It's very mid-jungle focused with a strong bot lane. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
This will change.
I mean, it has to, right? One of them has to get first blood, so...
Exactly 61%. Let's look at the gameplays. Have they played the same amount of games? Flash is sitting at 31 games.
I mean, unlikely because Flash always plays 3 games.
Yeah. Flash has the most games played of all the VCS teams, 31 games plus 9, so they are equal to Gum. I think Gum just went to plus 11, so Flash has to 2-0 today to tie Gum at the first place. I mean looking at the first composition here, it might be.
Yeah, I mean, it really just depends. Like the composition looks good, but let's see if they can overcome the Flash first game debuff. I'm not going to have faith in them until the Nexus explodes because it's Flash in game 1.
Yep. But at least it's Stark on his best champ, in my opinion. Overall, we like the composition, and I really like Aatrox for Stark. I think he has looked best on Aatrox. Not so great on full carries. Aatrox is a little bit of a weird champ. If he's played by a very good player, he's a hard carry champ. If he's played by a not so great player, he's a team fighting champ. And I think Stark falls into the second category right now. But
so something interesting to comment on is the runes up in the top lane. I'm sure you're a very happy boy seeing that little red lightning bolt on the Aatrox.
And I'm very intrigued seeing something on Even's side we have not seen so far.
That's what I also wanted to comment on. Press the attack cannon. So this is AD cannon.
AD cannon in the VCS.
We've seen it once, haven't we? Someone played it, I'm sure.
And it lost, because it always
loses. Yeah, it lost. Yeah, because it's bad.
It can only win in Korea. It can only ever win in Korea.
I still think Cannon is just a lazy pick. Ooh, good trade for getting
there was a very interesting conversation happening at LEC. If you missed it, Papa Smithy was over there. They talked a lot about LEC compared to LCK meta. And one of the points was AD Cannon on the top lane. Papa Smithy said he's one of the strongest champs in the game. And all the EU people were like, excuse me, he's useless.
Well, I mean, that shows. I think that's one of the great things about League of Legends is that neither of them are correct, right?
Yep.
Or rather, neither of them are incorrect. It's
I'd say neither are incorrect.
Yeah, that's probably the better way to put it. Because it depends who you're playing against. So.
Yeah. Usually, I wouldn't put too much trust into Neven on an AD Cannon, I have to say. Doesn't strike me as the hard carry player.
No. But speaking of early plays, Yijin goes in, gets the flash out of the Karma. So that's a decent start.
Very good skill shot accuracy. That was blind. That was blind on Zodiac. He had no vision on Zodiac. I mean, he had that was a well-educated guess, of course. He saw a Karma entering the brush, but no direct vision on the Karma. So very nice skill shot accuracy from Yijin, forcing a flash.
Oh, there's another flash though. Yijin a little bit locked out there. Has 2 big magic damage shields though. There's the heal from the Kingslayer. Can he try and run away? No, he can't. Jisoo flashes forward. Can he pick up the first blood? Takes so long for the Silas to go down, but he does eventually go down. The W from Karma will proc. Slayer flashed a little bit late. Couldn't break the tether. Running away. He's got that plasma stacked up though, and he goes down. Genza picks up that one. Good start here for QG.
And remind me, which team is playing on the blue side today?
Flash. So they're not going to win game 1.
Yep. And it definitely looks like they are not winning game 1. I mean, it's very early to call, obviously, but that was not a great fight to take.
1K gold lane at 4 minutes.
It's a 2-0, right? Mid lane and ADC collecting the kills. 2 assists to the jungler. Perfect kill contribution for QG's side. So great start for the struggling team. And even though they are not in playoff contention anymore, it's still an important series for QG because they need to at least win one series to get a little bit of space between them and FTW, who are now sitting at 3 series wins. So the FTW could actually contest QG when it comes to avoiding relegations. So QG.
Yeah, and I mean it's also just good for if you could take a series over Flash, that's a pretty good scalp that going into the off season you feel a little bit better about your split.
GAM also will be very, very happy because they don't play Flash anymore. They lost to Flash, in fact, and are now sitting at a 1-1 tight score against Flash. Can't really get ahead of them if Flash does not lose. So QG would do GAM a huge favorite if they win today.
Yeah. The biggest supporters of QG at the stadium today are definitely GAM. Just see if they can lock up a much higher placing, but. I mean, I think GAM has a fairly good chance of getting there on their own, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, and first seed is not as important anymore in the VCS. We changed our playoffs format, so we are not in the gauntlet system anymore, where first seed is everything. First and second seed are probably equally important right now, so it's more like the EU and NA playoff system, where first and second seed are really where you want to be, and third and fourth is not not bad, but not that great either. It's actually.
I mean, you're in playoffs. You're in playoffs, right? Like
Yeah.
that's the goal.
It's probably the least amount of difference when it comes to playoff seeding in this region compared to any other region, because there's no bye week even for the first and second place. The only advantage you get for first or second place is not having to play the first or second place team. So if you come second, you don't have to play first.
It's true.
So probably either team wants to play DBL right now, right? Because Loki is a little bit of a mixed bag. You don't really know what Loki will show up. Sometimes they look very good. Sometimes
you never know if it's gonna be the good low key or the bad low key. That's a little bit annoying. And Optimus gets engaged in on here, but Stark is actually roamed down to help out. But Seal's here as well. Genza is in the middle of those chains. Will get popped back. Should be one more Q out of the Aatrox, but dashed away by Genza. Optimus now with a big heal from that Q. Now the speed resets. Now Seal's in trouble. And Zodiac, what are you doing there, son?
Yeah, good question. Where did he come from? Probably bot lane, but why? Very good roam from Stark. Nicely done. Jungler was actually not there. It was a 2v2 with top and mid lane, and obviously looking at the levels, big advantage for Flash side, as both their solo laners hit 6, so level lead over Seal, who didn't have his ult available, would have probably been able to turn around the fight with his ult. So nice judgment from Flash, and they get 2 kills back. It's back to even.
Yeah, that it is. I'd love to get a replay on that play just so I could try and watch the minimap of what Zodiac was actually doing. Overall, it was just very well played by Optimus, as you pointed out. Stark was in exactly the right position. Oh, Yijin taking a fair bit of damage here from the Neve Meister.
They tried to dive him, probably. Yeah, he used his flash and his ult, so they tried to dive him there, the top lane.
So where is Zodiac? He's just wandering up the river now.
Yeah, and they ping. Where do they? They don't actually have any vision on him, but they.
Yeah, they do.
There's the pink ward. Yeah, there's the pink ward. Yep. But they pinged him very early on, so very good awareness from the bot side of Flash. They anticipated the roam from Zodiac and pinged him Mia, which gave them a free kill.
Yep. Oh man, do you remember when there was no Mia ping? You had to type it out every time.
Oh god, those were the times.
You had to go Mia, re, SS.
Yeah. There never was Mia in Europe, interestingly enough. We always only say SS.
It was a thing in Mia was definitely a thing in NA. People didn't know what SS.
Very strange how those little
weird
abbreviations work. Why did two different things?
I think because it was based on Dota, right? But here comes the much more important play. Neve Meister getting absolutely trapped in here. Pops the ult. Actually locks up Yijin for a while. Lots of damage. There's no reset on Stark, and he goes down.
What was that?
That was not a good dive.
Yeah, Stark thought he still had his revive, probably. That looked like an old Aatrox dive. Just take turret aggro, use the kill to revive yourself. But you don't have the revive anymore. You can't do that. So they just give a kill over to Neven, which is not great, because he's AD cannon. Keep him down. This is one of the champs where it does not matter if your top laner is ahead. Just don't get the enemy top laner ahead, because that's a win condition, and you never want to give the enemy team a free win condition, even though it's very unlikely they will be able to execute on the win condition, because it's split pushing in the VCS, and Neven is a split pusher, so those are not great odds. Not the best odds ever.
Give my boy Neven a break. He's 1-1. He's doing fine.
He's gonna hit Irelia there.
Attacking over the wall. That's totally fair.
Yeah, that's Irelia. Yeah, only Irelia can do that as a melee champ.
She has really long attack range. It's part of why she's so strong.
Yeah, 200 attack range, I think, more than any other melee champ, and
but it's not even particularly close.
That was interesting.
Yeah, Aurelia's got a pretty nutty kit.
I've actually never seen Aurelia do that. It's
I haven't
threw me off a little bit, but interesting to see that she's able to do that.
It threw me as well, and then I was like, I guess it makes sense. She does have a pretty long attack range.
Yeah. So she does not need to invest Q to get the blue buff secure. Have to keep track if other Aurelias do that too, because that really was the first time I've ever seen that a mid lane Aurelia do that.
Yeah. I mean, I think in 99 cases out of 100, it just doesn't matter. So we don't know. But still, there might be one time where you auto attack over that blue buff wall and kill someone.
And I mean, it's a little stage right now, so we need to talk about something.
Exactly. I mean, better crack my knuckles and open up the league wiki. No, not this time. Still very disappointed in the English VCS Discord. Has absolutely no knowledge of champion abilities. We're gonna have to start like a segment that we do to help them out.
Yeah, at least on the meta champs, we all should know how the E from Zaya is called. Chat, do you know?
Chat, what's the Zaya's E, guys? Come on, this one's easy. It's a good name.
Yeah, but not a whole lot is happening right now in the game. That's
Not
why
a lot
we're derailing a little bit.
Gigian actually lurking in the top lane there, manages to get the lockdown, has stolen a Cannonade as well, so this should be Neven going down.
So I think we should just say nothing is happening in the game, because then something happens. Nice to see. Good kill this time on Neven. I don't really like the top lane priority for Flash. As I said, don't risk giving up kills to Neven, as it did in the last dive, but if it succeeds, it's okay, obviously. The kill for Stark is good to see.
Slater manages to step well there, has the black shield on, should be able to get away here, but the stun will be coming in soon, and it's just a way too much damage. Slater didn't make enough of efforts to get away, but he does manage to get a trade kill back onto Seal, and it's a 2-for-1 that could have been a 2-for-0 if not for heroics from Slater.
Yeah. Nice Zaya mechanics. One of the ADCs can actually do something there in the 1v2.
Absolutely. And they trade essentially one kill for the Rift Herald. Very well done. And yes, someone in chat did get the Zaya E as Blade Caller. That was an easy one. Don't get too up yourself there.
Yeah. Well, we just saw the Blade Caller doing work there. Nice flash to reposition the Blade Caller coming in.
And Neven! Yejin had to flash there to get the W because he accidentally took tower aggro. But in the end, Neven goes down again. That was weird.
Wait, the Dominus killed the red buff. That was super unfortunate for Genza.
Yeah,
that has to be tilting. That has to be a big tilter.
That's a tilter.
Now Flash is up to a great start here. 2.5k gold lead at 30 minutes. Much better than the usual 13 gold average, which is not really.
Well, I mean, Flash is winning game 1.
Yeah, it's strange to see. I'm not sure what to make of this Flash. They finally picked the real mid lane champion. I say that, it's a Renekton, but...
Yeah, I don't know if that counts as a mid lane champion. I'm pretty sure Renekton's a top laner.
Apparently is right now, because a lot of teams are picking him in the mid lane.
It's strong, like, don't get me wrong. It's a good champ in the mid lane, but I don't think I'd call him a mid laner quite yet. Give me some purebred mid lane, Azir Corki, pure high octane.
Just wanted to talk about Azir Corki in all the other leagues. Here in the VCS, we get to see Irelia Renekton. Aren't you entertained?
Exactly. How can you not want to watch the VCS? There is no such thing as Azir Corki in this league.
Don't jinx it. There's another game coming up.
Yeah. True. We do see a fair bit of Corki. We just don't have that much Azir.
That's very true. We actually see very little Azir here.
Yeah. Which is interesting, because Azir is obviously a very strong champion. But I'm glad we don't see him. I'm happy enough just only having the 2 birds that we see. Don't need a third one. As someone that owns birds, you don't need more than 2. You go crazy.
Both Azir and Corki can be interesting to watch, but not against each other. That's the big problem in the matchup. I think Azir and Corki have a lot of outplay potential, and can be cool to see Assassins against Corki, or Azir against Syndra for lane control or something, but Azir against Corki is just a snooze fest. Like, nothing ever happens. That's
very, very true. It's the matchup that's the problem, not necessarily the champions. And I mean, again, I've said this before, but we're coming up to Worlds, so Corki has to be meta.
Yeah, but there was a tweet today or yesterday. A writer tweeted out that they are looking into a Corki nerfs. Corki nerfs are almost confirmed. Azir nerfs, they are not quite sure if they want to nerf Azir as well, because Azir seems to be not quite as high in terms of priority.
Yeah, that's very, very true. I mean, I'd be glad to see Corki brought a little bit in line. And now in the bot lane, there are quite a few lurking around, but the junglers do look like they don't want to bother with it. Ooh, the Q comes out from Morgana, but doesn't quite hit.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a backlash, obviously, from one of the big proponents for buffing champs and never nerfing champions, us, who immediately tweeted out.
The Dota school of thought.
Yeah, he wanted assassins to be buffed and not Corki to be nerfed, which is an interesting take. I think we saw a lot of assassins the last year, so I'm fine with not having assassins in meta all the time.
Well, I mean, you don't necessarily have to you don't force them in meta. It's just a different school of thought, right? It's just Infernal Drake should be a pretty easy secure for Flash. Is it better? Is it better to? Yijin's here. Yeah, he gets the smite.
I just forgot he's a jungler because Salas is just always playing different roles.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't blame you. But I mean, yeah, back onto that point. It's just the question you have to ask yourself, is League's power standard already where it is, or should champions be more powerful? If you think they should be more powerful on average, then buffs are better than nerfs. If you think it's fine, then you need to nerf.
I actually think it's I'm on completely different terms there in the discussion. I think both nerfs and buffs are necessary, but I think champs who are performing very differently in high elo and pro play compared to average solo queue need to be buffed in terms of numbers and need to lose mechanics.
Yeah, I think that's a
take
fair
away
assessment.
package. Package was a mistake. Just admit that package was a mistake. You don't like. Why? Why does it still exist? It's such an overpowered mechanic. It's completely unnecessary. Corki does not need package. He gets so much free resources with the package. He gets back to lane. He can flank. He can roam. And you could just take away package, buff his numbers, and he would be in line, in my opinion. I don't understand why.
In the particular example of Corki, I agree with you, but I do think your baseline approach to balance being remove mechanics is dangerous.
I mean, obviously,
you can lose a lot of,
It's not always the right.
I know you know that, but just to clarify,
yeah. I mean, adding mechanics is also a good thing. I think the copy mechanic they added, great choice, great.
Ooh, and there's a bit of a rumble here in the mid lane. Genza gets locked up. Here comes the Qs. Stark can't manage to finish off. Will Genza burn to death? Yes, he will.
Hey, and
he's up down in the bot lane. Yijin's in a lot of trouble here. There's the Slater ult for. That's not Slater at all. Slater's not Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa's Kai'Sa. Jisoo and the Xayah ult coming out.
Jisoo tried his damnedest to do anything there, but Kai'Sa still. Now I made the same mistake. Xayah still had her ult available and Blade Call, obviously. We talked about this skill a lot. And she just Blade Called Jisoo to death. He even tried to flash over the wall to get an advantage there. In the end, to no avail.
He got one kill at least.
Yeah, he got one free kill on the support, but he did not have to flash for the kill. He tried to get the kill on Slater as well.
Yep. And I made the classic mistake of Slater being in the game, so I assumed he was on Kai'Sa.
I mean, that's a very fair thing to assume, because most played champ is Kai'Sa, and probably his favorite champ as well.
Yeah, he's
Look at this great TP, by the way. AD cannon teleporting him in after everyone died already.
Yay, Neven. I think they get this kill though because of it. Optimus tried to 1v2.
Oh, kill me.
Get me out.
They outplayed me because enemy mid laner just inted. Nice. Good to see.
You gotta love it. I mean, this is QG and Flash, but this is just them both desperately trying to lose, right?
It's very interesting how this game played out, because usually these two teams are actually two of the cleaner teams, two of the more conservative teams, not going for too many fights, but definitely not the case today. At least in game one, a lot of fighting.
Yeah, they definitely need to just make sure that they've still got some shampoo in the bottle, because it's not looking too clean this time. Not really sure why. I'm still confused as to why Neven's playing, but oh well. He hasn't looked good either.
And there was a lot of top lane attention, to be fair to him, and no attention at all from Seal, which is very strange, because you pick AD Cannon, he's a win condition, he's also a loose condition because I'm not sure if that's a word, but I'll just use it anyway. You know what I mean. If your AD cannon is behind, you'll lose. So don't let your AD cannon get behind.
Playing a 4v5.
Yeah. Don't quite understand why Seal never tried to help his cannon. And Cannon and Sejuani should be pretty good at killing an Aatrox, even diving in Aatrox. So it's a very strange setup for QG, and has cost them a lot because now Neven is just not really a champ anymore.
AD cannon, 40 CS down in 1-3. Pretty much doesn't exist. It's a bit of a 4v5. It's the risk of the AD cannon, and I'm really still not sure why they picked it. It didn't work at all. Also, something to point out is Stark going a bit of the Chad build.
Yeah,
Ghostblade
Lethality second item. That's actually very good in the 1v1 in my opinion against Cannon. If he gets 1-2 sweet spots, Cannon cannot heal enough to not die. You don't need the extra healing from Death Dance, because you're Aatrox. You're already healing for 55%, so...
It's very true.
You don't need extra healing. It's not bad, obviously. It's very good item still on Aatrox. Especially if you want to teamfight a lot.
It makes burst much worse against you, which is nice. And there is the mid lane tower going down. QG did put in a bit of a last-ditch effort to defend it, but to no avail. It fell very easily. And now, where can QG fight back in this game? They're 5k gold down. Neven may as well not be in the game.
It's very easy to spot where they're strong if you just look at the scoreboard. You have a very strong Sejuani and a very strong Kai'Sa, so try to fight around your Kai'Sa and Sejuani.
It's a hard question.
Yeah, it's not an easy question to answer. The next dragon will be Cloud in 4 minutes, so there's no opportunity to fight around dragon. Baron, I mean, why would Flash try Baron right now? There's no reason to go for the Baron. They don't need to accelerate the game right now, so... I can't really answer the question, sadly, because
it's okay. Some questions we can't answer.
I mean, it's AP Kai'Sa, so a lot of bursts.
True.
They might be able to catch out someone roaming between lanes. Maybe Yijin. Ult with Kai'Sa and Sejuani and just kill Yijin as fast as you can.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Pretty much the only thing they can do right now, because straight up 5v5 teamfights are not an option. They have a top laner, you don't, so don't teamfight. That's not a great idea.
It's also a 3-1 Renekton versus your 1-3 Irelia.
Yeah.
The solo lanes have just gone horribly wrong for QG. Obviously, as you said, Jisoo's doing well, but Slater is as well, so it's not like there's a huge gap in the bot lane. It's very difficult to really see where the break point is for QG. Optimus just flashing forward straight onto Jisoo. He's taking so much damage. He flashes away, though. Zodiac does his best to keep the rest of Flash back, but Zodiac now getting dove on. That's an angry crocodile, and bang! Down goes the Karma.
Wow, that was a lot of Q damage.
Renekton Q, just decapitating people. Yep, Cull the Meek. Huh. Well done. Seal now, very, very low. Yijin flashing forward. The absolute madman. He gets the kill, though. Jisoo caught in the soul shackles and does go down to Optimus. Now, Optimus will go down in response to Genza. What can they do about him? Stark just locks him up, takes him down. Neven, the last man standing. What can you do? Give a kill to Stark is the answer. And this is not good. This is going to be an inhib and potentially a Nexus tower. It won't be out of a game.
So... this might be a little bit unfair, because it's a little bit hindsight analysis, because, we have seen Flash winning the team fight and force the base, or destroy the boys even with base without Baron. But yeah, they didn't need Baron. This is one of the team comps where you can just force dives. We have very strong divers. You don't need to play around Baron. In fact, Baron is actually not that great. You don't have that much consistent damage on the Baron. We have 3 melees, which is always not great.
Who's coming in here? Genza's here. Oh, no, sorry. Jisoo's here with the home guard. Hits the W. Slater, though. Oh, my God. The absolute madman gets a double before going down.
He really wants to take the MVP away from Optimus. Another great Blade call-out play.
That was absolutely absurd.
Game 2 hero in? Yeah, we definitely hope hero is in for game 2 because, yeah, just get Neven out of my side because that's never nice to see.
Yeah.
A top laner inting in professional play.
Yeah, you
We
definitely
already
don't want to
saw
see.
Razor today, and that's enough inting for a day, in my opinion, from the top side.
We've had some interesting top lanes today, haven't we? Not always what we want to see, but this is going to be Baron for Flash. This is pretty much uncontestable with Seal dead and Flash so far ahead here. 9k gold. It'll be 10 once the big old worm dies.
Yeah, this is the icing on the cake, Baron. Not the Baron. We need Baron to finish the game because that's not the case. They just get the Baron because they kill Seal. And look
you may
at
as well take
Slater
it,
again. Crit on Seal.
Man, an absolute ridiculous player.
Very nicely done.
Absurd play. And Optimus going forward here, pops that Ruthless Predator, gets that damage. Kulvamik absolutely decapitates Zodiac in the back. Down goes Jisoo as well. Neven coming in, having as much of an impact as he could. Absolute clutch player.
Yeah. Sadly,
but this should just be game.
What does Aatrox look like?
He's a
I want to make it a Pokemon reference with Pikachu, but I can't think of a Pokemon looking like Aatrox.
Yeah, is there any like
with 2 legs? I guess maybe.
Yeah, like kind of like Palkia if he hit the gym.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, Palkia is a good matchup for Pikachu because it's Electro against water, so that's not a good reference at all. Just don't think about it.
Wait, Palkia is a water type? God, I haven't played this game.
Yeah. Water Dragon.
Oh, interesting. But yeah, though, that is a very easy game 1 for Flash. We're in a little bit of bizarro world here because Flash is ahead after game 1.
And even more bizarre, Flash drafted a real composition in game 1, which is strange to see.
Is this
no
the same
Hex
team?
Flash.
Yeah, I mean, is this the same team? Have they done a sneaky body snatcher situation where they've actually got 5 different people on the stage?
Looking at Slater's place, I think it's still Slater in there.
Yeah, I mean, it does look like it. Slater, of course, one of, if not the best ADC in the VCS. Pretty ridiculous.
He's very good. He's very, very good.
Yeah.
And I really want to see a best of 5 between Flash and Gum with top side focus against bot side focus. Who can play weak side better? Who can play strong side better? That would be a super interesting series. Right now everything is pointing towards that direction. If Flash 2-0s today, Flash and Gum are tied for first again at plus 11 game score. I mean, that's hype. Even though week 9 might not be the most interesting one next week because everything is locked for playoffs. Playoffs should be a blast. Playoffs and Worlds Gauntlet should be a very, very nice thing to watch here in the VCS.
Yeah, it'd be very interesting. And one thing we do have to think about is MVP for game 1. I don't think it's Slater.
It's Optimus.
Yeah, I think I have to agree with that. Like Slater had some really hype moments, but he sort of
didn't
just
matter.
He rode the team in,
Yeah.
and he just kind of had hype moments after the game.
He showed his mechanical prowess and his knowledge of the matchup, but in the end, his plays didn't matter to the outcome of the game. Really,
yeah,
got maybe 1 or 2 more kills, but would those 2 kills have done anything for QG? No. I think it has to be Optimus with his great Renekton performance, great flash stuns in the backline. Heejin, shout out to Heejin for a great Salas game as well. Nice accuracy, but overextended a few times as well. So
yeah, I think that's a good assessment. So Optimus, yep.
5th MVP for Optimus. Not quite on the level of Yijin for Flash. Flash actually has 3 players standing out in the MVP race. Yijin is sitting on 6 MVPs, Optimus on 5, and Slater on 5 as well. So very close race for Flash. Who will be the MVP of the season for Team Flash? They still have a few more games to decide. Maybe CBL can take all the MVPs away, because he has been a great support as well. Never getting MVP though, because Slater just takes the spotlight.
And I can see chat wanting an MVP for Slater. You are being soured by the hype plays. His kills literally did not matter. He was not the MVP.
No, he had a great game, but this game was not on
played
bot
well,
lane.
but it
So
didn't matter.
no.
Yep.
I really think
Anyway,
you have
we'll
to give it over to the more important player, and the player who broke open the game with great dives and great flashes into the backline. And that player is Optimus. Shout out to Stark and Yijin as well. Great game for all the players on Flash side.
Yeah, it was good. But we'll see you in just under 5 minutes to see if Flash can take one of their only 2-0s, truly doing the unimaginable.
Yes, see you in 5.
G'day everybody, we are back for Game 2 of Flash vs QG. And what's that you say? Well, I skipped Game 1, it's a Flash series. Ha, joke's on you. Flash actually won Game 1, and they're coming in with a 1-0 lead here.
They didn't
Absolutely
just
unthinkable.
win the game, they absolutely stomped QG.
Yeah, it looked like Game 2 Flash in
Or
Game
even
1.
Game 3 Flash.
Ooh,
Very, very, very
that's
good.
quite a powered up Flash.
So will we see Game 4 Flash now? Hopefully not for
Ooh, wow.
QG's side, because that would be a little bit dangerous for them.
I mean, we're getting to Dragon Ball levels of power scaling there. Like, what comes after Super Saiyan 3?
Yeah. More than 9,000 they need. No, I've absolutely no idea about Dragon Ball, I have to say.
It's fair enough. I only know because I played fighting games. It's a silly, silly show anyway. Regardless, Optimus picking up the official MVP.
We align
we
again.
were right.
Today, the official broadcast really has taken notes. I think they're probably tuning in on the side monitor and just take our MVP votes.
That's why they do their MVP after the break, because they know we do it before.
Yeah, there we go. And now Optimus ties up Levi, who got 2 MVPs in the first series, for first place. Very tight race. But I think Levi will probably win it, because he has been outstanding the last few weeks.
Yeah, I think he'll get over the line. But, I mean, you never know. We'll have to see. Levi's had some interesting games, so... And, I mean, the problem with Levi is sometimes he gets points stolen because the rest of his team's so good.
Yep, that's very true. But to be fair to Optimus, that happens to him as well. Like, Slater is on his team. Sometimes Stark gets the MVP because all the Vietnamese casters and people seem to absolutely be in love with Stark, so he gets a little bit of a pity MVP.
Pity. All right. It's harsh but fair. It's harsh. I don't think he hasn't been ridiculously impressive. He's had good Aatrox. Like, I think you have to ban Aatrox against him. Push him to something else because he hasn't looked nearly as good on anything else as he has on Aatrox. So, got to see if he improves.
He's against Steven again, so he can play whatever he wants.
Are they seriously not bringing in Hero?
There has been nothing, like no announcement.
Oh no, QG. Oh no. What's going on?
Oh, this is Hero.
Oh, well, in we go, Hero.
Okay, Hero's here. Good. Maybe he's the hero we need. Not sure if you deserve him, but hopefully.
I mean, maybe they're holding out for a hero till the end of the night.
Might be a short night, though, because if Stark shows up this game, I think Flash is definitely the favorite coming into this second game.
Yep. And there's the Renekton ban, immediately taking that one away from Optimus. They don't want to deal with the Crocodile Rock again. I think they also need to ban out Aatrox.
Yep.
Nope, Thresh. Yep, Thresh is what you needed to ban. Not the Aatrox that just absolutely destroyed you and is the only champion Stark's really shown good performances on. Ban Thresh.
Thresh is a very strange champ in the VCS. He always never gets picked, but he gets banned a lot. And no one really understands why.
No, it doesn't make a lot of sense.
It's a very strange champion.
I just don't understand the priority. And they're going to leave Aatrox up. You better first pick it.
I mean, to be fair to them, CBL has played Thresh 4 times, so it's not like he's never ever shown as a Thresh. But
there are a lot of very good supports that, and I don't really think Thresh is that high priority. Like, you're leaving Yuumi open to ban Thresh.
And Silas is another one of these VCS specialties. Sometimes we never see Silas for 2 or 3 games, or days, I should say. And then, for some reason, Silas goes back to top priority. Strange draft priorities here.
And they first pick Corki when Aatrox is open.
Aatrox Yuumi is the best rotation here. You could go Aatrox Sejuani as well, but why? There are a lot of good junglers. I'd like to see Aatrox Yuumi. Maybe Irelia Yuumi is another option.
I mean, I think you definitely pick the Aatrox up for Stark. And then I would like to see the Yuumi here, I agree. See if Flash agree. I don't understand this Corki first
It's
though.
either Yumi or Sejuani or J4. One of the three champs, in my opinion, will come in here. Oh,
Or
never
Caitlyn.
mind me, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense. And they need to pick up the
Does it?
support. Uh okay, does it make sense? Debatable, but is it terrible? No.
Yeah, okay. I can live with that.
Yeah. I think it's fine picking up the Caitlyn early. I don't think there was really any chance that it was going to get picked away. I don't think QTV would have played around their bot lane like that, but you never know. I would like to see them pick up Morgana before the second ban phase though, because I think QTV will just instantly ban her.
Just pick up Yumi though. Like Yumi Caitlyn is not a bad bot lane either. You can absolutely destroy a lane on Yumi Caitlyn. That sounds disgusting.
Yeah, that's pretty horrific. There is the Sejuani though, picked up for Seal alongside Camille in the top lane, and they're gonna go for
No.
the locks. I don't like this.
No.
Yumi's open. Yumi is literally just better. No, okay, that's fine. I'm okay with Morgana.
Yeah, Morgana is okay.
I like Morgana.
Morgana is a fine
Yep. I
choice.
don't
Yumi
know.
would have been a little
I
bit
don't know
better, but Morgana is
why.
good.
I don't understand Morgana over Yumi, but fine. Morgana's a good champion and she's fun. So
And Morgana is very good into Camille and Sejuani, to be fair to them, so yep, Morgana is fine. Give me Morgana. Don't give me Lux. Don't ever give me Lux again. If
no,
you're Slay, you're allowed to play Lux, I have to say. Only if you're Slay. But...
I want Riot to give Lux the Gangplank treatment. Take her out back and put a bullet in her head. Just kill her. I still think that is the funniest tooltip.
Do you know what they can do then? They can bring out a Vampire Lux skin, and then you can do all of the skin lines Lux has as a vampire version. You can bring out Pajama Vampire Lux, Star Guardian Vampire Lux, Pajama Star Guardian Vampire Lux.
Think about the money. Think about the money.
I can see it. I can see it.
I do still think the funniest tooltip that has ever appeared in League of Legends was Gangplank has been disabled because he is dead.
Oh man. I still remember all the esports podcasts in that 1 week or something. Yeah, all of them were furious. Like Gangplank was really good at that point, and
you weren't allowed to crack him.
No one could play him. You couldn't even play him ranked, by the way. No one could ever play this champ.
He was fully disabled from the game. You were unable to play Gangplank because he was dead. Ooh, Trundle lock in.
Oh, WNA now, boys.
Yeah, WNA boys. We see Sejuani. We go time to troll.
This is a full NA draft, by the way. It's Aatrox, Caitlyn Lux, not Caitlyn Lux, Caitlyn Morgana.
Do it. Hit the lock in. I can talk about Jin for so long. I can talk about Jin all game. Give me. You've shattered my hopes and dreams. But still, Ashe, I'm okay with that. Is it going to finally be a mage Ashe?
Please, let it be a Comet Ashe. No lethal tempo Ashe anymore. We have seen way too many of those. Only 2, but point still stands.
That's 2. That's still too many. And Palm Kench, are we LCK now, boys? Nope, we're going for the Glacial Synergy. 3 Glacials. It's pretty good comp.
Yeah, 3 Glacials not great. They need to build another Frost Tower.
Yeah, true. They need to get a... Yeah, if Camille can pick up a Frozen Hammer, that'll be pretty good.
I mean, Camille will be in TFT, so it's a 4 TFT comp for QTV. Looking for great synergies.
Yeah, only 2 TFT champions on the side of Flash. Really not quite good enough.
A Demon synergy, and as we all know, Demons are obnoxious and OP, so Flash will probably still win.
Yeah, true, maybe. Demon's pretty ridiculous, but there's the lock-in on the Nico. Finally, we see a little bit of priority on her. It's insane that Nico has fallen so far from grace.
And every day, can you tell me again which one is the best support champ on this patch?
The best support champ on this patch is Yumi.
And where is Yumi in this draft?
I mean, she must be on the ban. Oh, wait, no, she's not banned. Oh, so QTV picked... Oh, she got through. Yeah. That's weird.
She's neither picked nor banned. Please, VCS. What's going on?
That's just pick crazy.
Yumi.
I don't understand how Yumi keeps getting through drafts. She's so ridiculously strong. But
Wait, why did
whatever.
That was strange. The coach for QTV had a hero jersey.
Maybe he's just showing that he supports him. Why
I
not,
think he
right?
just took the bomber
Did he
jacket
grab
for
the
him
wrong jacket?
for hero. Yeah, I think so.
Oh, maybe. Fair enough. But looking at this, how do we think this will go in terms of lanes? I really want to see what rune Jisoo has. I think that makes a huge difference if he's mage versus just going a lethal tempo Ash.
Yeah, shouldn't be the biggest difference in laning phase, because yeah, Ash will still be able to handshake Caitlyn on lane. It's actually one of the best matchups into Caitlyn. But yeah, for the later stages, Mage Ash way better at providing utility for the team. They really like to
Yeah.
show us equal stats. Most banned and
Yeah,
most
I mean,
banned
it is
against,
interesting.
48%. Nice.
It is interesting. So, yeah, they don't like the junglers. Not too surprising. Junglers often draw bans. Uh, just a strong position and something that where the pool of junglers isn't quite as big as some other lanes. So, not too surprising to see that being high up in the ban stats.
Yeah, and Seal
So,
opened up this season with 4 straight Sejuani games, so it's not too surprising to see almost 50% brand priority of Sejuani against QG. He's a very good Sejuani player. Do we think QG
yeah.
has a chance in the second game? Looking at the pick and ban.
No, not really. I think this comp is fine, but I feel like Slater's just going to absolutely style on Jisoo in the bot lane. He's going to get really far ahead. Caitlyn, the one thing there is Caitlyn doesn't have a huge chance for Slater to show off his mechanics. Caitlyn's pretty simple,
There's some cool
but
Caitlyn mechanics.
there are some. There are some. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like Xayah where you can do the big flash with your ult,
That's true.
hit the E, do crazy burst damage in an AOE. Caitlyn is very much just I'm going to auto attack you to death. Um, but still, having a lane for flash where Slater gets really, really far ahead, that already sounds really good.
Absolutely. And we'll have to see if this Caitlyn Morgana lane is finally able to get some turret platings, because the last few have not really been able to do a whole lot in lane, which is very surprising considering Caitlyn Morgana is one of the strongest pushing lanes in the game, especially down
Yep.
bot lane. It's against
Yeah,
Ashe.
but I mean,
Ashe has a lot of wave clear, so will not be the
and it's
easiest task.
finally a mage Ash. It is finally the common Ash. So
Took
she should be able
the
to.
VCS long enough, definitely, to pick this one up.
You can say that again. It took a really long time for them to realize that this is actually a really good pick. But obviously, not going to be super impactful just in the early levels. But over time, we'll be able to use that volley to really spam clear waves, make it a bit harder for the Caitlyn to push in, which is what we want to see. But it's going to be a rough time for the Braum. Zodiac's going to be get bullied, and that's not what we want to see.
I mean, it's Braum. He always gets bullied in lane. He's not there to win the
Yeah,
lane. Maybe he is with Lucian as a partner, but nothing else can really provide kill pressure for the Braum. So he's just there to scale into the late game. Maybe throw dives as well, because it's not too easy to dive a Braum.
good trade there by Optimus, getting Genza pretty low. Just managed to hit the EQ combo. It's always nice for Nico. Wow, forces a Valkyrie out as well. This is a good start here for the Nico in the mid lane. We'll go up to a very slight CS lead, but anything you can get over a Corki, you're always pretty happy with.
What do you think of Optimus overall as a player? It's a very hard player to assess for me. He has some
I
pop-off
agree.
games. He's very good on control mages, in my opinion. He also
Yeah, I
ints
feel like,
quite a bit.
yeah, I think he has very, when he's on, he looks very stable, does a lot for his team in terms of just locking down the mid lane, being that control mage in the back line. It's really, really valuable. But other times, when he implodes and has a bad game, you see the effect it has on Flash.
Yeah, Flash instantly loses. I don't think they've won a single game, or maybe a single game, but not a whole lot of games where Optimus has underperformed.
Yeah.
He's very
Optimus is
important to this
really,
team.
yeah. Not necessarily as a carry, but just as like being stable. It's super important. Oh, hero there accidentally eaves straight into the sweet spot of Stark. Yijin coming in. Here's the frozen domain. The pillar needs to come up. There's no hook shot, so hero flashes out to be safe. And that's pretty good. No flash out of either either flash players, and they get the Camille's flash, make a return gank possible.
Yeah, very good timing on the gank there. Heejin waited for the hookshot trade, and you have to take aggressive hookshot trades as the Camilla, especially with Grasp. You want to always be in the face of the enemy top laner, so it was only a matter of time until she hookshotted again to go for an aggressive trade. Good timing, forces the flash out of Hero. No real kill pressure there. Don't even know if Hero had to flash necessarily, but yeah, better safe than sorry. And he now has to play a little bit more defensively. Maybe think twice about going for aggressive trades with this Camille pick.
There is a bit more damage onto Genza. Optimus looking really good in this mid lane so far. Hopefully this is going to be one of his good games. As we were just talking about it before that top lane play. It's really important. He's already 15 CS up. Make that 16, just as they say it. Very, very good performance early. We know how much he likes champions like the Nico. We know that the impact Nico can have, but he might be in a bit of trouble here. As Seal is here, Genza tries to follow up, and he just burns his flash to stay safe.
Yep, another flash burned, and this has been a very slow early game for both sides, but now two lanes that are attackable for the junglers because there are no summoner spells available anymore. Level 6 Camille is actually pretty hard to kill for Aatrox and the Trundle, so it might be easier for QG to land the first blow, and we'll have to wait and see if they are able to re-gank mid lane and get the first big advantage for their Corki.
Yeah, and that would be pretty impactful if the Corki get it. But here comes the Trundle. He comes in with the Predator. Hero actually cutting back. I don't think he has his hookshot because he took a hookshot trade, uses a Hextech Ultimatum, but it's not going to be enough. And Trundle picks up the kill. I think you could have given that to your Aatrox, but still no real complaints. First blood secured, 800 gold lead for Flash.
I guess it was very easy to kill her.
Well, she used her hookshot.
Once again, she went for aggressive trades, but even then I thought she would be able to delay enough with her ult. Was not the case, and Stark even got the kill still on level 5, so didn't even have his speed boost. That's not a good sign for Hero, because his flash is still down. They could just go for a repeat gank and kill him again.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty tricky
there again. When... Okay.
That was just to get back to lane. He knows Seal is around, so he's not going to be for the duration of that cooldown. Yijin secures that blue as well. Good for them. One other thing to note with that gank is because I don't think your initial assessment was wrong that it's going to be hard to kill the Camille, even though we did see her going down. It was the Predator being popped as well, coming in. Like Trundle's really fast with Predator and Frozen Domain. He's really quick.
Yeah, and I think the most crucial ability there was probably the Infernal Chain for Aatrox, because it slowed Camille down considerably, and she could not just path.
Wow, good binding.
Yeah, very good binding. A lot of damage on Jisa. But yeah, Camille could not just path back to her turret in a straight line. She had to go perpendicularly, and that cost her a lot of time. So that was probably the most crucial skill there. Hero went down, and now the lane is in a very bad position for him.
Ooh, and he could be in some trouble here because the Infernal Chains will go off again, but he manages to hookshot out. Always scary when the Infernal Chains pull you, because you just know that third Q is just about to come down on your head.
That was another very interesting trade for Stark. Why did he take this aggressive trade when his jungler was waiting there?
Not sure. Maybe he thought he could bait Hero into trying to turn it.
I think that's probably the case. Very interesting. This top lane matchup has been very intriguing lane to watch.
Absolutely. And I think it is starting to very much level out. I'm not sure who wins the straight 1v1s now, just because of the Aatrox healing. I think it's still probably Hero winning them if it is just a pure 1v1.
Yeah,
but I'm not sure.
Once again the debate between Conqueror and Grasp. So short trades are always going in Hero's favor, but longer trades probably in Stark's if he's able to stack up his Conqueror quickly. And right now he's sitting on item advantage as well. So right now Stark very comfortable.
Wants to come in and contest this Mountain Drake. It's on 2,000 health. Doesn't have a bot lane to come help him. This would be a very, very difficult steal if he wants to go for it. He's moving into the pit. He has a black shield. He doesn't manage to do it. Seal locks it down, but Seal will fail the flash and give up his life. Zodiac, can you get over the wall? You can't. And oh my word, Jisoo, what were you doing there?
Yeah, we're in for a quick one today, it seems.
Yep, they lose the Mountain Drake, but gain 3 kills, I should say. Very much worth it. What was Jisoo doing in the backlines?
Yeah, not too sure. He had flash available. Could have flashed out of there. Zodiac had his flash available as well. No one wanted to use his flash, only Seal, and he failed his flash. So.
that didn't go so well. He needed to go a few more.
Maybe they saw Seal failing his flash and went like, we should not try to flash, because apparently flash is not working.
Yeah, not the best. But still, very good for flash there. Maybe the same namesake. Also, I hate to do this to you. I do this to you a lot when Flash plays. So if you could just have a look to the oh no, you've missed it, unfortunately, because his Flash came back up. It is Hex Flash Nico.
Oh no.
Hex Flash Nico, boys.
I've not seen anything. It's not a Hex Flash Nico, as far as I'm concerned.
It's not. Yeah. Ooh, that arrow went straight through the uprights.
Yeah, and Zodiac here could have flashed away, but very good blocking for Yijin. He tried to delay Zodiac as long as possible, and Zodiac in the end did not fancy his chances. I think he could have probably tried to flash away, but there was a flash for Yijin, so would have at best been a flash for flash trade. Maybe he thought he was dead anyway, so I can kind of forgive Zodiac not flashing out. I'm not sure what Jisoo did in the backline. He was just trolling a little bit.
Yeah, just a bit. He was relying on hitting his ult so that he could keep a bit of distance, but when it managed to sail through the entire team of Flash, he was just in a 1v1 with Slater, and he doesn't win that, so didn't really work out too well.
Yeah, and now the game is heavily skewed in favor of Flash. 3k gold lead at 11 minutes, already up 1-0 in terms of games, so we might be in for a very, very quick night. 2-0 in both series. We have never had a very quick Sunday. Interesting. But
yeah, Sunday's normally our long day.
Yeah, but, only get six games of Sunday. But
I might be able to be in bed on Sunday. Wouldn't that be nice? Normally it's Monday morning by the time I go to bed, but whatever. Now we have to see one thing that is sort of a bit of a shining light for QG is in the bottom lane, Caitlyn hasn't really dominated that much. She's ahead. I mean, she's not even really ahead in CS. She has the assist, but only 1 tower plate being taken. And I actually imagine that's being equalized. We can't quite see it on the minimap because of how many champions stacked up. But yeah, that is a 4. So it's actually 1 tower plate to 1 tower plate. So this Caitlyn's not doing exactly what they wanted to see. And can we see the bot lane? There's a fight in the bot lane, guys. Like, can we have a look? And there, down goes CBL.
That's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, but what was he observing? I have no idea why that happened. All I could see was health bars dropping, but that is an absolute disaster for that lane. Now Seal gets caught out here. He'll go down. Now Hero throws himself into the back line. Can he lock Yijin down? He can, but Yijin got a big heal there from the Triumph proc, and Hero goes down as well. 2 are dead for QG. Genza's running away from Stark. He healies forward there, but can't quite catch him.
Nope. And in the end, another win for Flash. They dominate the top side. I'm not quite sure how CBL went down on the bot lane. Probably just got surprised by either a Braum combo or an ult for Jisoo. He should be able to react to that. He's a pro player on LAN ping with Black Shield available. So maybe they just exploited his Black Shield cooldown. That's possible. I would really like to see a replay because I can't really imagine.
Yeah. I'd love to know what happened. Like, that should never happen.
No, that really should not happen. But in the end, it will not matter because Flash won everything in the top side, got more kills, and the result now. Whew. So.
And that is that middle tower going down, and the second, CBL.
Oh no!
Ooh, Slater just picks up a double.
Okay, this game is just over. Now bot lane is even winning for Flash. It's 5k gold lead at 14 minutes. Yeah. They definitely got a better gold lead at 15 stat out of this series because
Yep.
these two gold leads have been very big. So we'll be sitting at something like 200 or 300 for the next series, considering they have played over 30 games. Even 2 games with 5k gold leads will not change the average too much, but a little bit.
Yeah, maybe. It might take a little bit of time for the game to close out. There's not. I mean, I say that, but then there is a Caitlyn, so maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, we'll still probably take around 10 minutes from now on, but
Yeah,
I mean, 24 minutes is not a long game time.
that is not a long game at
Can
all.
QG do anything to come back? I don't
Not
think so.
without Flash. Not without Flash making some horrific mistakes.
Yeah. With
That's really the
Sejuani
only.
from behind, who's not even that tanky because there's a Trundle just stealing her stats away.
Yeah.
Hero has not hit his item spike, so he's probably not even able to 1v1 Stark. And even the bot lane is ahead now with a 2-0 Caitlyn, 2-1 Morgana. Finished IE for Caitlyn. So,
Yep.
not a great look.
No, and it also something worth noting is that because it is a Trundle on the other team, Sejuani's been forced to go the fleet footwork rather than the aftershock. Because if you go aftershock, you literally just have no resistances once Trundle ults you. So this is a pretty sad time for Seal. We haven't seen a huge amount of the Trundle Sejuani counter pick, but it's a very NA thing. Don't bring more NA things to the VCS, but I think this one's fine.
This one is fine, yeah. I like the Silas into Sejuani a little bit more, but Silas was banned, so
I agree.
yep,
But Silas was.
it's nice. Nice to see a little bit of adaptation. Nice to see Flash bringing out new meta picks. We finally saw a new meta Ashe as well, this time on QG side. So slowly but surely, VCS is adapting to global meta. Still don't understand the Yuumi deprioritization because
Yeah,
Yuumi is still
that's
super
so
strong.
strange. Yeah, that is very, very strange. I think Caitlyn Yuumi is a very strong lane. I think Morgana's fine. I just think Yuumi's just sort of better, right? Yuumi's pretty busted. Morgana is a fair champion. Yuumi's not fair.
Nope, especially not in pro play. She's very, very
Yeah,
strong. And
particularly.
what are we looking at for the next few minutes? Flash has no
Not
real
a huge.
objective to fight around. They're 6k gold ahead, and the enemy team will not contest them at anything anymore because they are too strong. They
You need to
seem
just
to
get your
be
Caitlyn in
setting
front
up
of
a
the tower.
dive in the top lane, but very good instincts from Hero.
Yep.
Take this one off, so he's safe. But they get another turret
Yep.
in the top lane, pretty much for free.
Ooh, Optimus. Ooh, he manages to flash away, pops the spooky ghost for the slow, gets out of there. Not too bad. And this should be the inner tower already going down. This is not great.
I mean, the flash doesn't matter for Optimus because he has another flash, so
Nope,
he can
yeah,
use the
that's
flash
very true.
freely.
Exactly. He's got Hex Flash. That's just as
Why
good.
though? Why?
Why does
Optimus.
why is it Hex Flash Nico?
What is Hex Flash Nico supposed to do?
What is with Optimus and Hex Flash?
Yeah, he seems to be in love with the rune.
He really likes it. Like, I mean, it kind of makes sense, right? You read, they go, another Flash? Whoa! Flash is like the best spell in the game, and you get another one? Crazy.
Yeah, crazy indeed. Not the same kind of crazy he thinks it is, but yeah.
How
crazy.
good do you reckon? How good do you reckon if you could have a rune that was like a major rune, so it takes up that slot, that let you run two of the same summoner spell? Do you reckon that'd be 100% used?
For
You just
double
have two flashes.
flash?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. I don't think so either, but I think it'd be. I don't know.
I think double flash would be interesting on some champions for outplay potential, or maybe on very defensive champions for more security.
Yeah, or just. Yeah, because you use it once and it's not on cooldown. So.
Yep. But I don't think it's. Maybe it would actually be a thing because flash is very strong, right?
It is, and speaking of things, Hero dying's a thing because he's trapped on the tower here. He did his absolute best to fly around to try and let someone die, but everyone was on way too much health. He goes down for free. The tower goes down with him. It is a 7k gold lead at 18 minutes, and I mean, apparently we do have game 4 Flash.
Yeah, because this Flash is even better than in the first game. In the first game, Flash already looked very good. QG also looking very, very lost. Not a whole lot has really sticked for them. Sejani 0-0. Never like to see that. Bot lane has been okay. They won 1-2v2. We still have not seen a replay, I think, from this.
Yeah, I don't think we're getting the replay on that one. We're never going to know what happened.
But Slater has finally learned to build the right items as well. I'm super happy to see Slater buying the correct items on this champion.
Yep, and it's exactly what he needs to do as well. He just needs to get in front of a tower and shred it. And this is exactly what this build does.
A 60% crit as well. If he just gets in one headshot crit on Jisoo or even Genza, it's probably already critting for 700-800 damage.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage if a headshot crits. It's pretty intense. But again, the thing that this build does best is hitting towers. It's not amazing if you get into team fights because you actually do want the attack speed so that you can kite a little bit better.
Yeah.
But this is, I'm just going to sit in front of a tower because I'm far ahead. My team is far ahead. You can't engage on me. I'm just going to sit here.
And she actually does not he does not have to kite in this particular setup because he has a Morgana E. So you can just stand there and shoot anyone who's approaching.
And Optimus in a little bit of trouble with Genza, but he ends up getting the kill. It's a trade. But the team fight in the mid lane breaks out. Glacial Fissure does nothing because of the Morgana E. But Slater now is locked down. The Sejuani E will do enough. Yijin now is a little bit too forward. Oh no, this has gone a little bit wrong here for Flash. CBL's the only one left alive in this fight. He's running away. They won't be able to catch him, but that's 3 kills for QG. That's a little bit of the unthinkable.
Yeah, great team fight setup for QG. They get on top of Slater, and even though I said he does not have to kite, apparently he does. Just standing still is not enough to kill the enemies. Not a lot, not of attack speed. He got very strong attacks off, but if one of those does not crit, he actually does no damage with that attack. So, very good team fight for QG. Very good execution on Seal's side, and Zodiac also was on top of his game with the Braum. And they closed the gold gap a little bit and deny the Mountain Drake, which is very nice. But immediately we see Flash collapsing on the Baron. Will they be able to get this Baron, or will this be another throw?
I mean, I think they're setting up for the turn. Jisoo gets locked in, has to flash over the wall, gets hit by the ace in the hole, and Optimus goes flying over, pops the ult. Can he finish off the act? He can. He's on very low health, gets the black shield, so he should be able to run away. Heroes locked up there. Yijin will take that one. Stark, I should say, charging forward, trying to get onto Zodiac. Can't quite do it. Now Genza's locked out. Up comes the pillar. Yijin will run one way. Stark will run on his bum. And down he goes. And just as we thought QG may have found a way back, it's turned back on its head by Flash. This should be a free Baron.
Sadly, that's what we often see when teams from far behind win one team fight. They have to invest absolutely everything they got to win the team fight. Now, no flashes available anymore. Look at the flashes. Everything was invested in the last team fight. Only Zodiac and Ziso had their flashes available. Not enough. And now the Baron will be free for Flash. Maybe.
Their health bars are very low. Optimus is in a lot of trouble here, but they do secure it. They're trying to take the team fight as we go to a little bit of a slideshow. Thanks, VCS stream. We didn't want to watch the team fight, but Yijin is trying to run away. Hero throws himself forward. May have made a bit of a mistake there. The Hextech ultimatum's not going to be enough to keep him safe. Zodiac now in the chains. Oh no, QG, you could have just left. Jisoo's going to be the next one to fall. Optimus gets that one.
And Baron, we're back to 10k gold lead. Yeah, this should be now the end of the game, because Flash has Baron, 10k gold lead.
Oh, it may literally be the end of the game now, as QG gets caught out. Down goes Genza, double kill for Slater, having another cracker of a performance.
Yeah, they don't have enough time to finish the game right now, but they get a lead. They will crack at least one inhibitor turret. Probably not enough time to get the... it's enough time to get the inhibitor, if they all focus on the inhibitor.
With Caitlyn. They chose not to, though.
No, it was a little bit risky, looking at the death timers, all on very low HP, all on a lot of gold as well. So even though it's a 12k gold lead for Flash, it's not actually 12k gold lead if you look at the inventories. Now they've recalled full item build up for Slater out of nowhere. Another item for Optimus as well. So now they are sitting on the 12k gold lead. They have, if you look at the top of the screen, and it should be very easy to close out this game.
Yeah, absolutely. There's very little that QG can do here. They don't really have any point of sunshine to play around. All of their players are very far behind in every role. We would take massive throws from Flash. It's really the only way QG can get back into this, and that's not a good feeling. You have to rely. Oh, wow, that was a big crit. Did you see that crit?
Nope.
That was 1,300 damage.
Ooh.
What a headshot crit. It was
If
on a
he gets
minion.
the MVP, we get the statistic biggest crit once again from the VCS. So hopefully we'll get to see that.
Hopefully we do. Ooh, Zodiac is very low. Had to use that Glacial Fissure. Stark is in the front line. Has the ult running though, so he should be able to get a lot of healing going. He is now joined by his team. Down go the Hellfires of QG. This wasn't a particularly well constructed team fight, but they're slapping with the wallets. Zodiac should be the next to fall. Down he goes. Genza and Jisoo have no way out here. This is just going to be game.
Look at the healing from Stark. Once again, Aatrox coming in with his level 16 ultimate healing force. 560, I think, was the 594 was the highest number we saw in terms of healing. And the game will just end at 25 minutes. Will they get another kill on Seal? Not that easy, but he's locked in with
he's
the pillar.
Pretty tanky.
Yeah.
He's a little bit too tanky, but this will be Flash taking a rare 2-0.
Absolutely annihilating QG. Today, Flash for once showed up for game 1, and they still were able to close out the series. So, very clean performance from Flash, following up on Gum's stomping against DBL, and both teams still look very strong, and are probably our two top contenders for the VCS title in the summer.
Yeah, absolutely. Flash, other than Gum, obviously Flash is looking like the best team, and in some ways are a little bit better at League of Legends than Gum. And I say that like I think they play out the game a little bit better. Gum's just got better players.
They're a little more coordinated.
I still think Gum beats Flash, for the record. I still think Gum's better, but...
We're building up for the high best of 5 at the end of the season, I think. Gum against Flash right now looks like a very likely final, and winner goes to Worlds. Loser has to play for the World Sport, and second World Sport for VCS will be play-in, so that's not great. You really want to secure the first World Sport. That's a way better position. Straight into group stage, and if you're lucky with a group draw, I think Gum could have a chance at getting to quarterfinals.
We were talking about this in the break. I don't think it's crazy to see Gum go out of groups. If they get a group with a weak North American team, and North America's pretty weak, other than Liquid, yeah, we could get second. That'd be hype. Getting out of groups would be huge.
Yeah.
That's a lot of eyes.
I think the dream scenario would be first seed doesn't matter because all the first seed teams will beat Gum, so let's probably not NA first seed because you can't get NA third then. So let's just go.
You almost want G2, right?
Maybe
you're not going to beat any.
Doesn't really matter what region you get, right? It's China, Korea, or EU for first seed because you can't beat either of those, and then you get NA third and maybe LMS second. That's definitely a doable group for Gum. Yeah. Let's hope they can get there. And maybe it's Flash actually going in for first.
Yes,
they look great.
That's true. We are assuming it'll be Gum, but that's not really a fair assumption because Gum's been very, very good. We're already looking a bit too far ahead, so let's wind it back just a little bit. MVP for that last game? Bit tricky.
Yeah, very tricky. Every lane won, so...
Yeah, it was. You sort of want to give multiple MVPs out. I'm leaning towards Stark. He was really impactful. Like Slater had a really good KDA. Slater got like 8 kills in the end or something, only died 1. But Stark was creating so much space.
I think I'm leaning slightly towards CBL, even though he had the big blunder in the bot lane.
Yeah, fair enough.
The first team fight around Dragon that really opened up the game, I think.
All right. I mean, if you want to give it to the support, I'm happy to do that. We often ignore support, so.
Not sure if it's fair for this game though. It's a really hard game to call the MVP for. I think if you could just go by KDA, it's probably Slater, but
yeah, it's Optimus or Slater if you go KDA. Optimus had a good game as well. They all
yeah,
had good games.
yeah, it was a stomp from start to finish, so it's very hard to decide on an MVP. It's not like one player hard carried his team.
Yeah, it's very, very much true.
Slater Slater just turned 19. That's nice. Oh, it's his birthday today. Maybe.
That's nice. Oh, if it's his birthday.
Yeah, I'm really unsure on the MVP. I'll give you the vote
Yeah.
if you want to decide. I'm fine with anyone getting the
You're
MVP.
pushing me. You're giving it to me. That's you're acting so benevolent, saying you'll let me decide.
Yeah.
It's just as hard to me. I think I'm going to say Stark because I think his
Stark?
tank play had a huge.
Okay, yeah.
I think his tank play was super good. But I wish
Stark.
I wish I could give 5 MVPs for that game.
Yeah, this was a team effort, and just like Gum on the morning series or the earlier series, I should say, for all the Asian or Australian people watching, we definitely had two very one-sided series, and Flash looked very good as a team in both games, stomping QG. And QG is now in a very bad position, 4-8, have lost 5 series in a row.
Yeah,
And
QG's fallen off a cliff.
Yeah, they will play against FTV next week, and if they lose the game against FTV, they might have to play a deciding match against FTV for.
That would be a disaster.
Yeah, that would be a really, really bad thing for them because they started the season 4-3. Falling down to relegations after 4-3 start would be a really big disappointment. So they need to use their time wisely and work out a strategy to at least get the victory over FTV to secure a safe spot in VCS 2020.
Absolutely. So that should do us for tonight, I think.
Yeah, to answer the reoccurring chat question, we obviously have no idea what we're doing in 2020, so can't confirm nor deny anything there. Sorry.
We're doing this, like, we just do this for fun, essentially, because we like the VCS and we both want to improve casting. So.
Yeah, 2020 is still too far away. I really have no idea.
That's a long way away. I mean, if the VCS approached us and said they'd pay us, I'd take the job. But other than that, I can't commit 8 months out or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's too far away to really tell. So.
Yeah.
And we still have 1 week of regular season play next week on our hands. We'll need the week to decide the playoff seeding. Evo still has a very slight chance of getting to playoffs, but realistically we are locked in. If you look at the standings, that's probably what we have for the end of season standings. Flash has the advantage of a Gum because of the head-to-head, so that's a very, very tall order for Gum to overcome. They need Flash to lose the series. And if not, Flash will be first seed, Gum will be second seed, even though Gum's game score is actually better. Who knows what will happen next week?
It's a little bit of a shame that game difference doesn't come in before head-to-head, but oh well.
I hate that, by
we'll
the way.
We'll have to see what happens next week. Yep. It's silly. But we'll have to see what happens next week to see who goes into playoffs where, and then we have playoffs to think about.
Yep. Thank you everyone for joining us in week 6 again, and we'll be back next week for the last week of regular season play. Right now, to close out the week, looking at the MVP standings, Artifact is in first place for our MVPs at 8. We have Son at 7. We have Yijin at 6. Hero at 5. Slater at 5. Optimus at 5. Big Koro is sitting on 6. And Levi on 6. Those are the outstanding players so far. If you just look at game MVPs, but there are many more great players like Kiaya, who never gets MVP, but always performs.
Yeah, very, very true. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good players in the VCS, and we have to see going into playoffs who can sort of distinguish themselves.
Yeah, and as you just saw on the schedule for the next week, we'll start on Thursday with Gum against EVOS, very important game from both teams. So get hyped, have a great week, and thank you all for joining us.